Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome. So today I want to talk about something that happens a lot to our kids, and then sometimes we don't even notice it. Sometimes we don't even know it's happening, and it's something we just need to be more careful about. Today I'm talking about child abuse, because child abuse is something that can happen in our home, in school, or anywhere, church, anywhere. It can happen anywhere. It doesn't just have to be a place you don't trust. It can happen in a place that you trust so well, with people that you trust so well. So this has happened to me, it has happened to my child, and I wouldn't want it to happen to another person. So today I just want to make this video to just put it out there for us to be more careful. So if you're interested in this kind of video, sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. And don't forget to subscribe. Child abuse is something that happens to kids, especially those ones that are very vulnerable, those ones that they know are defenseless. You know, sometimes when you have a talkative child, it's an advantage, it's a bonus, because that child is a talkative. That child will say anything if that child wants to say. But regardless of whether the child is a talkative or not, sometimes it still happens to them. As you all know, my child is a specialist child. She starts talking very late, you know, and with a whole lot of help, which I've made a video about. So I've come in contact with people that have abused her. You know, they've hurt her in such a way that, you know, it's in a very bad way. They've hurt her in a very bad way. I mentioned that we tried out a lot of schools. We tried out so many schools, and I can't start saying all their names and where and all that, because I'm not here to bring down the school or the teacher that was involved or anything. I just want to put this information out there for people to be more careful. So my child went to one particular school that I haven't spoken about before. When I enrolled her in the school, I met a teacher. This woman, if you see her, trust me, she looks so nice, so good, so friendly. And then the way she welcomed my child, spoke to her, carried her along, I felt happy. I was so happy that, oh, Chidima has met someone that, you know, I can trust, and if I'm not in school, I won't be worried is something happening to her or not. So this lady, anytime she sees me, she'll come around me, she'll come and, you know, anytime she sees me, she'll come and hold my child. Oh, Chidima this, Chidima that, Chidima this. And then my daughter had no speech. When I mean speech, she can't even say anything if you ask her, you know. And then one of those days I went to pick her from school, and I saw a slap mark on her face. I saw it, and I asked her, I said, please, why am I seeing a slap mark on my daughter's face? And they told me, no, there's no slap mark, that she was sleeping with her hands on her face, and it was her handprint that printed on her hands, on her face. There wasn't slap mark. I told them, no, this looks like a slap mark. But the lady denied this, and believing me, like, I trusted her so much, because I believed everything she said, because I trusted her so much. And then I went back home, and something just kept on telling me, are you sure this thing is a sleep mark? But what will I do? I don't have any evidence. I don't even think they had cameras in the school then. And so I couldn't prove anything. I let it fly. I just let it slide like that. Okay, I said maybe they're right. And then as God will have it, the truth came out, and then we still not found out that there were slap marks, because some teachers came up and said there were slap marks, and I should ask further questions, because I got a tip. And I went back and I continued my investigation, and finally, although she never accepted that she slapped my child, but she did slap her, because other teachers said it happened right in front of them. So I was so angry, but I couldn't do much. I couldn't even do anything. The best I could do was just take my kids out of the school. That's just the best. That's the only thing I could do at that point. So I took my kids out of the school. Finally, we found this place where we are right now, the school she's at right now. And I thank God so much that I found this place, because I would say this is one place that she's been in, and I feel so comfortable, and I feel so like, okay, she's safe. Not just because of the cameras in the school, not just that, we live stream, like right now, my kids are in school, I can live stream them on my phone. If you just go to the app, you watch everything happening in your child's class. So it makes me feel safer, knowing that I can always just tune in to see what's happening. Well, in this present school they're right now, an incident happened with an external therapist. Like I mentioned before in my videos, I have some external therapists coming to see my child in school. So one of them came, and this person has been seeing her for a while. One day I came to pick up my daughter from school, and they told me that, okay, there was an incident in school, that she had scratch, like someone, like a scratch on her hand. So I was just like, okay, how did it happen? They said the external therapist came and said my child was rocking the chair. Chidima was rocking the chair, and she tried stopping her, and then in the process she scratched her by mistake. So I was not like, okay, why would they allow her to just have nails? Why would a external therapist come with her long nails, and I'm like, okay, you know what, I'll take it up with her boss, you know, because it shouldn't be that you come with long nails taking care of a child, that you're teaching a child and you have long nails. It's actually very wrong to me. So they showed me the letter she wrote, how she's sorry for what happened. It was an accident, and I was like, okay, fine. I went back home. They said they told me everything that they applied and all that. So by the time I got back home, the school called me back maybe after like 2 hours. They called back and they told me that they wanted to see me. So I was just like, okay, why do people want to see me? Like, it's okay. I heard what people said. I heard the explanation. It's okay. Just be more careful. They said no, that you're not just wanted to see me. I told them, okay, can I see them the next morning? Because really, I was tired. I just came back from picking them, and I was just tired. And I told them, they said, okay, if I come to drop them the next morning, they will want to see me. I was like, okay, fine. And then I called the external therapist, her boss, and I told her, look, no, she called me. The boss actually called me. She said she heard there was an incident in school. And I was like, yeah, I heard so too. You know, please, let's discuss about the nail. Then she was like, no, what she heard, from what she heard, it wasn't an accident. So I was like, really? She was like, yes, have I tried asking my daughter what happened to her? And when she asked me that question, honestly, I felt so bad. And like, I felt like I just let my daughter down, because I didn't ask her. I didn't ask her what's wrong with you. I didn't ask her what happened to your hand. I just believed whatever thing they told me. So I felt heartbroken. Like, my heart was really broken, because at that point, I was like, you as the mother, why didn't you just ask your daughter? Is it that you don't even believe your own daughter? Is it that you don't even believe she'll be able to tell you what happened? That someone will just tell me something and I'll just believe it over whatever thing she has to say. And I know my Chima doesn't lie. Lying is not something that is common with her. No, it's normally she just says the truth, that she hits straight to the point. So I'm like, why didn't I just ask her? I know she has been improving, so why didn't I just believe and just ask her the question? And then I called her and I asked her, I said, what happened to you? She now called the lady's name. I said, so and so person hurt me. And I was like, okay, how? These are her exact words. And I told her, how did she hurt you? Like, what exactly did she do to you? She now called the lady's name again and said she pinched me. So I was just like, really? And I screamed, and I told the lady's boss, I was like, did you hear that? Did you hear what she said? She said that so person pinched her. She was like, yeah, she heard it. So then it now made sense to me why the school wanted to see me. So I was so eager. I was even praying that if it was still like early, I would have just gone there. But no, now everybody must have gone from the school. I couldn't sleep that night. Like, I couldn't sleep. I literally could not sleep. I was shaking, like, because I didn't even now know how the hurt happened, you know, and how the pinch happened. So the next morning I rushed to school and they called me in, and the owner of the school told me that really when she came back, she wasn't around when it happened. And then when she came back, and they told her there was an incident with Chidinma in school with the external therapist. And then they now told her exactly what the external therapist said. And the lady and the owner of the school said, why are you telling me what happened? There's a camera. There are cameras everywhere. Why don't I just go and play the back? Because she wants to play it and see herself. Because this child was left under her protection, under her care. So it's like, let her see with her eyes before she'll be able to talk to me and just maybe apologize for what happened in her school. And she played the camera, and then she saw what she saw. That's how she had to call me in. And when I saw it, I said, oh my God, like, I started crying in her office. Like, I started crying because I felt like, how can someone be so wicked? You leave your child with someone and then they end up doing this to the child, you know? And then she was not trying to console me. She was like, there's nothing I can do. Human beings are just always going to be human beings. Some people are just wicked people with the face of a smiley face and just walking around, but you don't know what they have inside. And then I was so pissed, you know, and I saw what she did to her. Not just that she pinched her hands, she scratched her hands, pinched her legs, even almost hit her because she was trying to tell her to sit down. Then my daughter was scared. From the video, you could tell that she was so scared of sitting down. She was running away from the woman. And then finally, she sat down. She pinched her laps and then scratched her. And then I got home. And I like, God, you know, sometimes I saw some marks on her laps. But I assumed they're mosquito bites. I was like, oh, maybe something bit or something. Then it just made sense. Those are pinch marks. You can imagine pinch marks and leaving, you know, she's fair, leaving all those marks on her body. So I was very heartbroken. I called her, I spoke to her, I sat her down and I apologized to her. You know, I felt really bad. So what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, the only thing they can still do to the lady is sack her from where she's working, you know, put her the post out there, so and so person working with us, and that's all. I went there to even harass her. I went with the policeman. Honestly, I went there. I wanted to just beat the hell out of that woman. Like, I was so pissed. Nelo was around when this thing happened. Nelo and Nelo's sister was around when it happened. So we went there the first time. The lady didn't come to school because Nelo was willing to fight. Like, we're all willing to fight that lady, honestly speaking. But she was not around. And then by the time I now went back, Nelo was no longer around because 3 of us would have finished that lady that day. I went back with the policeman to just give her serious flogging. But anyways, normal me, I'm like, okay, I was not even trying to maybe calm the situation down, because the woman was just there lying at first before we showed her the video. Then finally they sacked her, they did everything. The worst thing that someone opened her mouth to tell me was that I should please understand, I'm an Igbo, that she's Igbo too. I said, you didn't know you were Igbo when you were there beating my Igbo daughter. Like, what is she? Even if, no matter who you are, no matter your tribe, no matter where you're from, you shouldn't treat people that way. I don't treat you nicely because I can't treat you in a very nice way because you're Igbo. What kind of rubbish is that? Like, seriously. So I was so pissed, and then I just ended up living there, and that was it. And of course, you know, I couldn't continue. It pained me because I have such a good relationship with the boss, and even up to today, yeah, we have a good relationship, but it's sad because nobody that heard what happened want me to take my child back there. So things like that keep happening to kids in school. You know, your child might just come back and say, I don't want to go to school. You'll be wondering, why don't you want to go to school? You say it's because you don't like book, Olodo like you. No, it's not Olodo. They might just be being bullied in school. Maybe they're scared of someone or something happening to them in school. So we just have to always ask the right questions, do the right things. Don't just push them to go to school when they don't want to go. Make sure that nothing is happening. See marks on your kid's body. Ask questions. Right now in this school, if you come back with a scratch on your face, I snap it, I send it to the admin. Please, ma, what happened? And then the way they explain to me, oh, it didn't happen here, because they will check everywhere to see, okay, how exactly did this happen? They have cameras everywhere. Sometimes I will not just realize, oh, it's even from my house it happened. But I feel safer that way. We should all feel safe. Even the help we bring to our house. Some of them are very wicked. You know, sometimes you can be so, I've been so nice to so many like people around me, and they're still very mean to my kids. So I've had a situation with like 1 or 2 helps that have come to me, and that's the story I told on that day. But my point is that we just have to be more careful with what we do and who we leave our kids with. Some teachers are wonderfully so nice. As in, I thank God that I've met a lot of lovely teachers, and right now the ones I see here, they're wonderful. It doesn't mean that the school they had all bad eggs. No, that one bad egg can just spoil a school's reputation. That one bad egg can just make everything just look bad. Imagine me trusting someone so much, and then today I can't have any relationship with that person because, like, you can't do that to my child and expect me to be happy. So please, as parents, as guardians, as aunties and uncles, we just need to be more careful. Observe your kids a little bit more. I feel bad for what happened. I take responsibility in such a way that I didn't even believe my own child to talk to my own child first. So I feel bad about it, and I don't want it to ever repeat itself again. So these days I'm very cautious. I look well. It's just like my sister Angel, when she comes around, as they're coming back from school, she's checking like, oh, this, because you can't blame her, because things are happening out there. Things are happening. So please, let's protect our kids. Child abuse is not something that is a joking matter, especially kids with special needs kids. They know that those ones are more vulnerable, so they target those ones. Kids that don't talk well, kids that are very shy, they use those kids they concentrate on. So please, and from hitting, any other thing can happen. Imagine how long this woman has been hitting my child or abusing my child. She has been taking Chidema for more than a year. I'm so sorry if I'm talking so fast, but really, sometimes when I'm thinking about this thing, it's pissing me off. I'm angry about it, and I just want everyone to be more careful about who you leave your kids with, where you leave them. That a school is close to you doesn't mean that school is good. That somebody is smiling with you does not mean that person is nice. We just have to be more careful. Please, please, and please. So this is my story. This is what happened to my child, and I'm putting it out there for other parents. If you've had any similar experience that happened to you, I would like to hear about it. And if there's any way someone can prevent it, I would love to hear about it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, share this video, because people really need to hear about it. So thank you guys so much again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.